Naivety kicked in again.
Naive, you know, you win 6-0 and then you lose 5. There's no real consistency, is there, about this young Chelsea group?
Absolutely, the fans.
Yeah, the fans there. At
Around.
the end of the day, I don't think Chelsea deserved to get anything out of this game. They were second best all over the game. This was men against boys today. Yes, Chelsea had the youngest team they've ever put out in a game in the Premier League against Arsenal today. But at the same time, it doesn't always play out that. Young players sometimes go out there a bit of fearlessness. They've been good in big games in recent weeks in this season. But today, I just thought they were way off it. No Palmer. They were men against boys, and they got absolutely destroyed today.
Mikel, I want to talk to you about Martin Ødegaard. Yeah. He had 6 seasons, but only 11 appearances at Real Madrid, and you saw something in him. What was it? I mean, he was magnificent tonight, but you saw it first. You get credit for you.
He was a child wonder kid.
We saw, and Edu especially as well was very insistive, and we both agreed. So natural, he's loved by everybody. He's not someone that's going to be knocking on your door and shouting, but the way he lives his game and the love that he has got for this game, I think it's more than enough to convince everybody to follow him. What
was the message in the dressing room after the game? Plenty of rest, prepare exactly the same as you did before this one, and on towards Spurs now.
Congratulate them for their performance, for making our supporters proud and happy. It's a big London derby, and we know what it means for them as well. And it was a joy to watch them play, and rest, enjoy today, and on to Spurs now.
I would say is that it just seems to be an air of confidence, steeliness. And you can see, I think there's been a learning from last year. I think his composure in the week that we had the week before this, where they lost against Villa and they lost against Bayern Munich going out of the Champions League. You wouldn't kind of be up in arms if the wheels had fallen off. You just go, you know what, I kind of expected that. But the way he's regained composure himself, but also his team on the pitch, has been something for me. I think a newfound respect for him at this stage. Yes, they've still got a lot of work to do, and they've still yet to get over the line and win a league. But just even that little area, I think, is a big shift from last season.
Yeah.
I heard fireworks from the Arsenal fans. I think that's a bit early with five games to go. Celebrations were a bit too much. Ultimately, what we talked about before the game, you know, dealing with the different spells, the different seasons of a game, if you like. Early on, you're coming away to Arsenal. You've got 2 of your best performers in Gusto and Palmer out the side. You've got a young kid coming in at fullback. He needs to be protected. They need to be at it. And in crucial moments in the game, they didn't show enough maturity. So I think it's frustrating for the manager. You can hear that in his voice. Next game against Villa is crucial because they have to bounce back. It has to be a better performance. My phone's been blowing up. You know, the fans message me. So like, there's losing the game, and then there's losing the game to your London rivals in that fashion. And I think that really sticks with the fans.
It went from a 6-0 win, kind of sums them up.
Exactly, that's them in a nutshell. But what I would say is that I think Mauricio Pochettino, when he gets an appraisal done at the end of the season, I think that would be one of the first things he says. What do you expect? I've got one of the youngest squads around. I've invested in loads of potential, not real end product all over the park. You can sort of say one of the youngest teams they've put out in a London derby. And we were saying before, where's the experience when there's going to be a rocky moment in this game, which inevitably there are in every game? Where are the people and the characters that are going to drag the younger players along and say, follow me? The main one was on the bench today, Thiago Silva, but he's 38 years old.
He's out of contract. What message has that sent out in this title race?
But when you look at Spurs at the weekend, it's always one of those very difficult game in any season.
I need more
confidence,
man.
Manchester United away.
Are you going to win the league?
They're quite like Chelsea, aren't they?
Are you going to win the league?
We're in that race, fella. And this is the second year of the trot.